we go, or we're gonna go.
Yes, we are live now.
We're just gonna go. But yeah, it'll be streaming as well.
Sweet.
We'll give it a second to make sure everything loads in. Cool. Looks like we're good to go. Well, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you're listening from. I'd like to welcome everybody to the opening ceremony for Celestia's Infinite Space Bazaar Hackathon. And this is probably one of the most exciting hackathons probably of the year opportunity-wise. I know you've all been hearing a lot about Celestia, so here's your chance to kind of get engaged. We expect it to be pretty competitive. So we welcome all of our top builders to come and engage and see what you could really contribute to one of the leading ecosystems going forward. And it's my pleasure to be presenting this opportunity to all of our incredible individuals in our community at DoraHacks. With that being said, I can hand it over to the incredible Celestia team. Yes, Nat, do you want to go ahead and jump in here?
Thanks, Trevor, for the introduction. Nat and I, we can start introducing ourselves. Hey, everyone. Thank you so much for attending Infinite Space Bazaar opening ceremony. I'm Yaz, head of DevRel at Celestia Labs, and I'll hand it over to Nat to introduce herself.
Hey everyone, so my name is Natalie and I'm with Yas in the DevRel team. I do events and programs together with Yas. You might have been to our game nights or modular summit, and this time we're gonna be leading you through Infinite Space Bazaar. I think we can start. So welcome to the Infinite Space Bazaar, our first Celestia and Modular Hackathon, and it's going to take 45 days, so we're taking a little bit longer than the usual hackathons. We just want to make sure that everyone in every corner of the world can join, and also you guys have a lot of time to build some cool modular projects. You can go next. There's a lot of things to cover today. We just want to make sure that you kind of understand our Infinite Space Bazaar and also go over some of the processes that our modular hackathon involves. Next, yes. Oh, sorry. And I'm just gonna mention also what we're gonna go through before we start. So first of all, we're gonna talk about the origins. We're gonna talk about the houses. Then I'm gonna kind of explain how to form a team, what is the best way to communicate it with us and with the partners. We're going to go through the submission guidelines, the judging criteria, who is eligible for the prizes, and also where you can find our developer resources to make sure that you can get everything and also build with Celestia underneath. And then we're going to go through the tracks, and also we have a lot of workshops starting from tomorrow until the very end. And then we're going to introduce our partners and their bounties. Some of the partners are here with us today, so they will introduce their bounties. If not, then me and Yaz going to do it, and then we're going to hand it back to DoraHacks to talk about the submissions. And I'm leaving up to Yaz.
Sweet. Thanks for the overview, Nat. A lot of people asked us, what did the Infinite Space Bazaar mean? What is the origin behind it? And Mustafa, the CEO of Celestia Lab and co-founders Celestia, said it best when he said a modular ecosystem with a marketplace of contribution is why you want to call it a bazaar, because the central thesis in a famous book based on the book The Cathedral and the Bazaar, there's two models in how you build open source free software. The first model, the Cathedral model, is where you release a source code open source every software release, but how you develop a software is restricted to an exclusive group of software developers. However, the Bazaar model is everything is done in public, which is made famous by Linus Torvalds, the founder of Linux. And we as a culture from the modular ecosystem, we really love the Bazaar model, and this is what we align on mostly, hence why the Infinite Space Bazaar as the name for the first hackathon. Now, you can think of Celestia as an infinite space bazaar with millions of merchants and shoppers swapping different modules to build their dream project. Now, Celestia community, we keep saying build whatever and modularism, not maximalism. But where can we get started? And I'll hand it off to Nat.
So if you think of modularism, not maximalism, build whatever, and the Infinite Space Bazaar, it's kind of like a broad spectrum with limitless space. And we kind of thought about where is the base for you to start to find your team and also to kind of like represent your beliefs. And we came up with this concept of 4 houses, similarly to like Harry Potter. So we're not really choosing over your skill set. We're trying to figure it out, like what are the values and what do you stand for. Next, yes. And yes. So you will have, or you might have already done through our application form, we ask you to answer 5 questions, and then we suggested you the house that you're mostly suitable for, but at the end is your choice to choose which one you can call your home. Next, so all of these 4 houses, they have a different features. They differ from colors, their spirits, the house, and also, so for example, House of Lumen Tree, it's for the creative minds, the ones that they always like have so many ideas and they come with the initial concept, and they're mostly very inspirational, daring, sometimes provocative. Then we have a house, Whimsyful, that has a yellow color feature, a monkey as their spirit, and these hackers or these people, they love to laugh. They're very funny and loving and playful and spontaneous. Then we have a house that is called Mindflux, that has a purple color in their crest and a dragon. And you can imagine these people as like a visionary. They always go towards their vision, whether they're talking about small things or big things. They're very mystical and all of the time very ambitious. And the last one, I really like that one, Puddle Trail. These people are very committed to their deep work, and all the time they're looking at the world optimistically. They're very humble and honest. So how can you find, can you go next? Thank you. And how can you find your team? Or actually, there's 3 ways to form a team. If you want to be a single player, that's totally fine. And you can just represent your house. If you want to find your team within the house, that's also totally fine. Or you can promote the inter-house collaboration, and you can form team like not depending on the house, but actually like just find it your mates through the diverse houses. You can do it, and we suggest you to do it on Discord, because this is the main communication channel that we're going to use. Yes, can you go next, please? So if you want to find a team, go to the Find a Team channel and just talk about yourself, talk about your skill set, what are you looking for, or maybe you already have an idea of the projects you want to build, and just share everything there. And once you're going to find your teammates, you can post it in the Bazaar channel. And I'm going to hand it off to Yas again.
Thanks, Nat, for the overview. Now let's talk a little bit about submission guidelines, right? In order to be considered for judging, there are the 3 kind of factors that we look into. First is the project description. What is your project about, right? The name, the summary of the project, the name of each participant and the house of each participant. Like, keep in mind, people can build, form a team within their own house. You can be solo representing a house like Matt said, or you can do an inter-house team where each member can be from different houses. Is totally fine. But for the submission part, you have to list each member's house. And also their contact information, how to best reach you, as well as GitHub handle, Twitter handle, Telegram, email. And you have to also explain how this project uses Celestia with explicit link to where it's using Celestia in the code. The second thing is to link to publicly visible source code repository. In other words, we want to look at the code. This doesn't necessarily apply to the community track, but basically for other tweet tracks, we definitely want to look at the source code where it has, if you have a comprehensive README, so we can understand what the project is about and how it uses Celestia. Under a section, you can create a section called technology use. All these slides, if people have questions about these slides, we'll share them in the Discord after. We also want to see a link to a working demo or test guide. And finally, showcase. This is totally optional, but spend maybe 2 to 3 minute video describing the project and a demo of the project and showcasing how Celestia is used. Totally optional, but would love to see that. Now, the prize eligibility, you'll be required to pass a compliance screen before being paid any hackathon prizes. Prizes will be paid 25% unlocked and 75% locked for 4 months. If you have any questions about this, check out the submission portal on DoraHacks, which the DoraHacks team will go over the submission portal later in the presentation. The judging criteria. There's 4 judging criterias. There's the technicality. So how technical, like, and like the complexity of the project and the level of skill required to implement that project, and how well the code is written and organized, and how did it integrate with Celestia and other technology. Then also originality, how unique is that project and its approach? How does it address a specific problem in a creative way or a need within the Web3 and modular ecosystem? And then the practicality, how practical is the project and the potential for real world application and adoption and its way of addressing a genuine need. And then the thrill factor, its ability, it's a way, and the best way to describe it is its ability to evoke an emotional response or connection. So the project that inspire, excite, or provoke thought have a strong wow factor. Let me go to the next slide. So there's some key dates. So the deadline applied March 18. That's when we announced it 2 weeks ago, till May 16. May 16 is the day before the project submission deadline on May 17, which is the project submission deadline. Fun fact, May 17th is actually my birthday. I didn't do this on purpose with the team, but like we just wanted to, it's like, high level, so please submit your project by May 17th, not the 18th, so I can enjoy my birthday after. Workshops, we have a lot of exciting workshops starting tomorrow, all the way to the 26th. There's about, so far we have 24 workshops, and we probably have 2 to 3 more planned out as well. So every day there'll be at least 1 workshop. Most of the workshop is 1 workshop a day, but sometimes you'll find 2 workshops per day. You can check it out at bazaar.celestia.org/schedule for all the workshops. We'll share the slide after, so you can click on the link as well. So some of the upcoming workshop this week. Tomorrow, I'll give an ideation workshop. So to help everyone come up with different ideas, is to look at existing kind of ideas that we have resources on to help you get started building your own project. We also have on Thursday the Introduction to Modularity workshop, to help you understand like how modular blockchains are built, like why they address scalability and how. Then we have a product and go-to-market workshop. This workshop is highly recommended for everyone to attend this workshop on Friday. This one will help you understand a lot of how do you think about a product that you're building, the go-to-market strategy, and this is all being conducted by some of the top, like most brilliant mind in the Celestia ecosystem. There's a lot more workshop happening throughout the hackathon. On Monday, we also have an OP-Stack workshop, and there'll be a lot more like that. So keep an eye out for the workshop, and we'll have them also live streamed and recorded, so you can also revisit them after, and feel free to always ask questions. Now the tracks. There's the 100K in prizes for the main track. The first one is the build whatever track. So this one is about building application. We love seeing applications. There will be any kind of application, whether it's general application, gaming, NFTs, DeFi, and anything on the ecosystem wish list, which we'll also link after. This one is about 50K in prizes. You can look at the breakdown for the 50K on the prizes link on the website on bazaar.celestia.org. Under prizes, you'll find a breakdown for this track. For the core track, this is more protocol specific, includes bridging, rollups, developer tooling, protocol and infrastructure, and that's one at 20K. There's UX track, which we really care about UX, because with a modular ecosystem, the user experience is always going to be a top priority. So this one is any kind of infrastructure to minimize onboarding and on-chain user experience to the number of interaction, or Web2 authentication, onboarding, identity, PWAs. PWAs is progressive web apps. So if you played around with FriendTech, you understand what PWAs are, and we'd love to see any kind of PWA application. Finally, community track. We want to include as many people as possible. So if you don't find yourself to be a hacker, but you want to contribute to the hackathon, the community track is definitely for you, where you can get involved in storytelling about the Infinite Space Bazaar. We created a lot of world building around the Infinite Space Bazaar and the different houses, and there's a lot of ways for you to, contribute and, to the storytelling. And after that is community growth. So any ways that you can, support the community with DAOs, building a DAO, designs and illustration, any kind of things related to helping grow the lore of the Infinite Space Bazaar and the houses, we would love to see that. So keep an eye out for that track. You can check all 4 of them breakdown on the prizes page. Now, in terms of developer resources for the main tracks, we'll have links for the developer portal, the prize details and submission guidelines. There would be a lot of resources like Celestia doc, deploying a rollup, how to best, the starting page, how do you deploy a rollup? And how to build an application on Bub's testnet, which is an OP-Stack testnet, and how to build an application on Right-Vision testnet, which is a Arbitrum Orbit testnet. And then there'll be the Apollo developer tooling. We're going to add a workshop for Apollo, which is a really useful developer tooling, and help you get started instantiating Celestia testnet, and use that to build with. And then there's a Run a Light Node resource and the Node RPC endpoints. There's other resources like check our wish list, and then we'll have the workshop public calendar. We're going to share all these. The slides are going to be added to Discord, so you'll be able to take a look at it after. Now we'll cover the partners and bounties. I think first up is Abstract. Hey Adair, I don't know if I'm pronouncing your name right, but feel free to introduce yourself and go over your bounty.
Yep, yes. Thanks for the introduction, and thanks for the introduction to the Hackathon. Hello, everyone. I'm Adair. I'm in Whimsiful House, and I'm from Abstract Money, which is a chain-agnostic dApp development platform. And we started Abstract over 2 years ago to make it as easy as possible for devs to innovate more and build better CosmWasm apps. So, as developers ourselves, we're obsessed with the developer experience, and we've built a vertically integrated platform for building dApps with a modular smart contract framework, testing libraries, front-end libraries, and data APIs. So for our bounty, we're really, really excited about the transition from the current era of DeFi, where we use like decentralized but still custodial financial services, to MiFi, where the user always remains in control of their finances in a completely non-custodial way. Sovereign rollups are the first step to bringing MiFi to reality, which is why we're excited about Celestia and especially RollKit, where users and businesses would be able to have their own personal app platforms and run all the contracts themselves on their own sovereign rollups. So we're collaborating with RollKit to allow for Abstract's on-chain infrastructure to be deployed in one click and giving you access to all the modules and apps in the Abstract ecosystem. And I talk about non-custodial and self-custody. This is completely possible because every Abstract app is an account. It's account-based, and you can build apps that your users install and remain in full control. So we'd like developers to focus on building SocialFi applications using RollKit and Abstract, where the rollup would be used as the backend for this community platform. And so yeah, thanks everyone, and good luck with the track. Cheers.
Thanks, Adair. For Abstract Money, there's a channel on Discord for Abstract where you can find more information, and feel free to ping Adair on the Discord channel. Thank you so much, Adair.
Yes, thank you. Cheers.
All right, next up, we got Argus Labs. I don't think Scott is here, but I'll go over the Argus Labs bounty. So for the Argus Labs, for the world, total price of $7,500. It's the best use of World Engine, where you can build an on-chain game or consumer app utilizing World Engine, a sharded rollup SDK that allows you to build a real-time on-chain game and application in over 24 hours and horizontally scale it to thousands of PPS while maintaining EVM compatibility. Wow, that's a mouthful. Extra points for creative use of cutting-edge primitives such as ZK, autonomous agent, etc. Alrighty, that's Argus Labs. Next up is Astria, and I believe Josh is on a call. Hey, Josh.
Hey, everyone. I'm Josh. I'm one of the co-founders over at Astria. So we've built a shared sequencer network on top of Celestia. And what we're interested in seeing from people out of this hackathon is people building a non-EVM rollup. So right now we have a pretty robust rollup ecosystem, some using Celestia, a lot using normal Ethereum DA, but the fundamental reality is almost all of these are, either an OP stack rollup or, an Arbitrum Orbit rollup or a Polygon CDK rollup. And from a technical perspective, they're relatively undifferentiated. A lot of the teams launching this are not making significant changes to the node code. And at Astria, we come from a very API first kind of design principle. And so when we set out to build Astria, the shared sequencer, it was very important for us to define a single well-defined, what we call our execution API, that is essentially the way in which a rollup as essentially a client of a shared sequencer, which intentionally kind of abstracts away a DA layer. So all the data is kind of written to Celestia on your behalf. To make that generic from any given rollup framework. So whether that's, Cosmos or, an EVM. And so we've provided this well-defined execution API. It's a gRPC and protobuf API. We have several kind of examples and documentation on this. We'll have more docs kind of coming up. We've also done a bunch of work to provide, a relatively broad variety of kind of local development tooling that allows you to spin up a sequencer running locally, or to connect your rollup that's running locally against a remote shared sequencer that's talking to a remote DA layer. So we're really excited to see kind of what people can do in a broader design space, so that we can see kind of new possibilities and decentralized applications that aren't just relatively minor modifications on top of an EVM.
All right, that's Shloin from Master, one of my favorite people in the world. Next up, let's go to Caldera. So I'll be presenting for Caldera on their behalf, but you feel free to check out both Caldera and Astria on the Discord channel if you have questions. For Caldera, the total prize is 1/8, which is the best use of Caldera, awarded to the project that best executes on an original creative application of blockchain built on Caldera. The preference is given to application with a significant on-chain smart contract component. So if you have questions, ping in the Caldera channel on Discord for the Infinite Space Bazaar. Where you find a lot of people from Caldera there to support. Next up is Conduit, and we got Forrest in the house. Forrest, you want to kick it off?
Thanks so much, Yaz. Yeah, hi guys, my name is Forrest. I'm the business development lead at Conduit. So we're sponsoring a $5,000 bounty for the best rollup deployed on Conduit during the hackathon, using Celestia for modular data availability. If you head to the Conduit app, it's super simple. It takes 15 minutes to deploy a mainnet or testnet rollup using Celestia for DA. So we'll be judging on creativity, unique use case, as well as the contracts you deploy on top of your rollup. Ping me in Discord if you're launching anything. We do have free codes for free testnets for any hackathon user launching on Celestia DA, as well as free codes for the mode builders launching mode L3s as well. So thank you guys so much. Looking forward to see what you build on Conduit.
Sweet. Thank you so much, Forrest. You can also find Conduit on the Discord channel server under the Conduit channel. So feel free to give them a shout out, ask them any question. Next up, we got Gelato, and I think Patrick is in the house. Hey, Patrick.
Hey, everybody. Yeah, I'm working with Gelato. Gelato is a roll-up as a service platform, which makes it very easy for companies to launch their own L2s or L3s. We recently launched a new testnet called OP Celestia Raspberry. This testnet is built on Celestia, of course, and is free to use with a ton of different services available to you. First and foremost, this includes all the Gelato middleware services, which enable you, for example, to have off-chain computations in your apps, have gasless transactions using relayers, or also have verifiable randomness. However, the testnet also includes other services like block explorers, oracles, indexers, basically whatever you need to get your application off the ground. For this hackathon, we're offering a bounty of $5,500 in gel tokens. To qualify, all you need to do is to deploy your application on the Raspberry testnet. We, of course, encourage you to use the Gelato middleware services to get your application to the next level. If you have any questions, we're around on Discord and very excited to see what you're building.
Thank you, Patrick. Yeah, check out Gelato on Discord and check out the prizes page. Next up, we got Hyperlane. Hey, York.
Hey, guys. How's it going? Can you hear me okay? Cool. Yeah, so I'm an engineer over at Hyperlane. Hyperlane's an interoperability framework that has recently been expanding a lot in the Celestia ecosystem. We are VM agnostic, so we have a bunch of implementations across the popular VMs, including the EVM, the C-level VM, the CosmWasm VM. We're working on Move VM, and there's some community work ongoing for expanding that even further, fully open source. So you can hop into the code and kind of make as deep modifications as you please. But for this hackathon, we're excited about people deploying Hyperlane themselves to a Celestia rollup and getting it connected to the broader Hyperlane network, which includes now over, I mean, I've lost track of the number of chains at this point, but I think it's close to 50. And there is kind of a smart contract SDK as well as a peripheral SDK for you to interact with the protocol and relay messages between chains. So yeah, that's the bounty for this hackathon. It can be pretty flexible, so definitely reach out in our Discord and we can talk about projects you guys are thinking about.
Alrighty, thanks, York. I feel like there's background noise. Lazarus, I think there might be audio coming from you. You mind muting yourself for the time being? Thank you. Thanks a lot, York. If you want to check out more from Hyperlane, check out the Discord prizes page and, you know, hang out with York. York is a great guy. Next up, we got Kurtosis. Teddy, I don't know if I'm pronouncing your name correctly, but Teddy from Kurtosis, feel free to jump in.
Hey, thanks for the introduction. And yeah, you got the name right. Cool. Nice to meet everybody here. Yeah, so Kurtosis is a platform for launching environments of containerized services. Most notably, we've been used by the Ethereum Foundation to make it super easy to spin up a local Ethereum DevNet. And then we've had orgs like Flashbots and Nethermind build on that to make it easy to orchestrate other infrastructure locally. We've also worked with Hyperlane to make it easy to deploy relayers and validators. So really what Kurtosis tries to do is make it so that if there's infrastructure that you need in order to build on top of what you're trying to build, we want to make it as easy as possible for you to get that infrastructure up and running, whether that's locally or in some type of cloud environment. And in order for the modular ecosystem to grow, we've got a lot of builders in the space and a lot of people building different pieces of infrastructure that relies on each other. So it needs to be very easy to get that infrastructure up and running where you need it. So in that vein, we are offering prizes to people who can develop packages that make it actually getting that infrastructure up and running locally, whether it's for development or in production, as easy as possible. So we're offering a prize for the best package authorship. So that's just a new package, whether it's a package that spins up a faucet or a multi-sig wallet or an Oracle. And then also we're offering a prize for the best interoperability application. So if you can build, specifically what we're looking for is if you can kind of build on top of the existing Ethereum L1 package or the recently built Polygon L2 package and add an Oracle to it so that the package spins up both an Ethereum DevNet and an L2 as well as an Oracle. Yeah, that's kind of what we're looking for. We've got a lot of examples in our docs. We've got the Ethereum package, Polygon just developed a package. We've got packages from Flashbots and Nethermind. So tons of examples that you guys can go off of, but really we're just looking for anybody who can build a package to make getting infrastructure where you need it as easy as possible. Very open to working with everyone in Discord. Hit me up if you have any ideas. We'll have all our engineers in there to support you as you write packages and go through the work. So excited to see what people come up with.
All right, thanks, Teddy. I played around with kurtosis a long time ago. Like a few months back. Tried to spin up. I believe it was a rep testnet for ETH-L2, and that was really easy. So you guys should definitely check out kurtosis and their package. It's really straightforward to spin up whatever you're looking for. So thank you so much, Teddy. Next up, we got Mode and we got CryptoFed. Feel free to introduce yourself.
Hey everyone, thanks Jess. I'm Fede, head of DevRel for Mode. We're a DeFi layer 2 for the superchain of optimism built with the OP stack. And here we're super excited to promote and see what you guys can build with the layer 3s powered by Conduit and Celestia. So 3 big teams working together to get great infrastructure. So I think we have 3 really big bounties here. The best DeFi layer 3, the best GameFi layer 3, and the layer 3 with yield-bearing assets. So for best DeFi layer 3, that's pretty self-explanatory. We want to see DeFi applications deployed on layer 3s and exploring this new concept, deployed with Conduit. Then the best GameFi layer 3, just a cool game that has finance built into it and DeFi elements. So we want to see if layer 3s if GameFi is a great use case for layer 3s, that would be great to see. And then we're funds and we really like yield-bearing assets. So any assets, maybe real-world assets, LRTs, LSTs, liquid restaking tokens, all of these. If you can leverage layer 3s and get this going, that would be great to see. And since we're asking for all of these layer 3s, we have a few codes thanks to Conduit. So you guys can deploy it for free an L3 testnet. So you guys can go ask for the code on our Discord. And also you can go to the Hackathon Discord and we have our Mode channel there. I'm going to be hanging out there answering any questions. So if you want a code and you want to test out these layer 3s that Conduit and Celestia powers, just come to ask. Yeah, that's it. Thanks for the space.
Thank you, CryptoFed. And you can find out more information about Mode on the prizes page and on Discord. Next up, we got Modular Cloud. Lazarus, you want to give an overview?
Hey, thanks, guys. Yeah, nice to meet you all. My name is LZRS, and I am the founder of Modular Cloud. Modular Cloud was one of the first. Our goal has been. Oh, sorry. Did I cut out? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, cool. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, Celestia, we were one of the first people to come into the Celestia ecosystem with the with the goal of supporting the entire ecosystem. And so what we want to do here is we want to give a very nice prize of $10,000 for what we call the most useful app. And so we are not going to prescribe exactly how you build this app. You can use a roll-up framework, like something like Rollkit. You can use rollups as a service. You can use shared sequencers. You can mix and match all of these things. These are all great technologies. And the requirement that we have is that this is something that can be verified and something that people want to use. So we're looking for useful applications. I kind of jokingly said you could even do an on-chain to-do list for this. Now, maybe that's not a great idea, but the point is that you don't need to necessarily overthink the justification for putting it on chain. We just want something that people are gonna like to use that is on chain and can be verified. And so one other thing I wanted to say just before, just to wrap this up, is that we will also be having a daily office hours that you can come and talk to us, and our engineers will also help you because we have a lot of experience. We see a lot of projects building on Celestia, and so we'd love to help you out if you have any questions. And yeah, so come find us in Discord.
All right. Thank you so much for giving an overview of Modular Cloud. I'm actually really excited about this and about the workshop that LZRS is going to do. Next up, we got Polymer, and I believe Ken is on the call. Hey, Ken, want to give it an overview?
Hey, guys. Yeah. So Polymer is Ethereum's interoperability hub, connecting L2s using IBC protocol. The challenge that we have for a 10K prize is developing a modular IBC client tailored for both the OP stack and Celestia. And I think most people think about rollups moving to Celestia, but I think this is the first time where an interop protocol would be reading from Celestia GA to improve the security and performance of these L2s. And right, Celestia created this paradigm shift with modular blockchains, and we're inviting you to move this paradigm shift into the interoperability space. So like many of the others said, definitely join our Discord, reach out. We're available and excited to see what everyone builds.
All right. Thank you so much, Ken. Next up, we got Roke and Manav in the house. Manav, you want to kick it off?
Yeah. Hey, thanks for the intro. Hey, everyone. I'm Manav from the Rollkit team. So Rollkit is a sovereign rollup framework that allows anyone to launch their own sovereign customizable chain as easily as smart contract. You don't need a set settlement layer necessarily. You get with the sovereign rollup, you get benefits of the sovereignty of an L1 and the shared security of a DA layer like Celestia. So think about like you don't need any upgrade keys or like a bridge contract. You can fork easily. So we like to see use cases that are uniquely enabled by the modular stack, and especially things you can like do with your own sovereign rollup and not a smart contract directly. So like be creative, like look at things that we have a list of ideas that we put on. Check out the website for that on things that would be cool to see with sovereign rollups. And we'd love to hear on the Discord what ideas you have, chat about it. And we'd also hold weekly office hours for you guys to come in and chat with what you're building and how we can help. We have $10,000 in prizes. 2 of them are grand prizes. These are like exciting new rollups that are uniquely enabled by the modular stack. A prize pool, we'll have a Rollkit testnet that we are standing up right now. It'll be a Cosmos of testnet to start with. And later on, once we have a Polaris, the EVM integration that the Berigen team is working really hard on, we'll also have a EVM testnet. So for projects that deploy on that, there's a pool prize. And for all the amazing partners for the hackathon, we'd like to see like integrations with Rollkit. For example, there's Abstract that has a Rollkit specific prize, right? So, and you can look at all the ideas that we have as well for some integrations that we'd like to see. And lastly, for developer tooling, we'd like to make, like right now, one of our main focuses is to make the developer experience on Rollkit really good. And that starts with a CLI that we just came up with, a Rollkit CLI that is going to have we want to see like more unique things. For example, like anyone who is launching a new rollup would want. So again, like things like custom gas tokens or bridging out of the box or oracles, things like that. You can refer to those ideas. But yeah, excited to see what you guys will build with Rollkit.
Alrighty. Thank you for your overview of the Rollkit bounties. Next up, we got Owl Protocol. Leo, want to kick it off? You're muted. Oh, you're muted. You have to unmute yourself at the bottom below. Okay.
Let's do that again.
All right.
Am I muted now? All right, let's do that again. Hello, everyone. My name is Leo, and I'm part of the Mindflux house. I'm also the founder of Owl Protocol. So Owl Protocol is a full stack Web 2.5 developer platform that's EVM focused. So we have everything ranging from a no-code dashboard, if you're not very technical, to pre-configured smart contracts for token standards, to more low-level APIs for account abstraction. So what we want to see is different use cases for token standards that are not just on-chain, but are also connected to Oracle. So you can enable various interesting use cases, such as maybe ticketing, gaming, financial products through our Zapier integration. So that makes it very easy to integrate any data source. Furthermore, we want to see other more exotic Web 2 use cases. Zapier has over 6,000 plugins, so you can connect any data source. We also have a non-technical prize for storytelling and design for our future more public marketing outreach. So we want to see a plan for our community quests. So think about like what should be certain milestones that people should attain to get points. So whether it's like I'm a developer, maybe every contract I deploy, I get certain points, or maybe a user, every time I do a transaction through our ERC-4337 bundler, I get some points. A key thing to note is that our protocol is chain agnostic, not just for existing public chains, but we also support self-deployment, which means that you can launch on any of the existing rollup as service providers that you've heard of earlier before. And all you have to do is input your RPC endpoint, and it will auto-deploy our existing tech stack. So you'll be able to deploy on these rollup as service providers, but also enjoy kind of like a low-code interface when you're building your platform. And also get ERC-4337 support. So out of the box, you get a bundler, and you can start doing like gasless transactions. That's it for our bounty, and we look forward to seeing you on the Discord and hear about the projects you want to build. Our team will be very active, and we'll also provide office hours, and our workshop will be on the 17th of April. That's that. Go Mindflux.
Yeah, shout out to Mindflux. I represent House Lumentree, but I love all houses. They're like our little babies. Thank you so much, Leo. This is the last of our partner bounty presentation, last but not least. And now we're going to go over the submission process by DoraHacks. So, Trevor, I don't know if you want to kick it off.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and share my screen here. Can everybody hear me okay?
Loud and clear.
Cool. Can we see this okay?
Yep.
Okay, cool. So we're just going to go quickly through the submission process here. So you just go to dorahacks.io, and if you have a profile already, you can click login. You'll log in from up here. If you don't, you'll just be able to join up here as well. Once you're logged in here, I'd also like to mention that when you log in, you should, considering you guys are hacking, you can use your GitHub to log in because you're going to need to link that anyways. So it may make sense to use that for login. You can also use a wallet or Gmail, that kind of thing as well. So once you're in here, you're going to navigate to the Infinite Space Bazaar Hackathon page. It'll look kind of like this. You can register as a hacker right here. And once you're registered, you can submit your build or your BIDL right here. It'll look kind of like this. But seeing as how like we haven't created one yet, you won't be able to select one from this drop down. So click on create new bidle here, and you can put the name of your project here, your logo right here, your vision of your project right here. So write down everything that makes sense for that field. And then here comes your build description. This is where you're going to put in all of your features and details of your actual project that you're building. And also keep in mind, you can update this profile as you continue to make progress on your project. It's not finalized. Select your category here, crypto Web3, pretty obvious for that one. And then category here, this will just make it the build more discoverable. But it's not really, it doesn't really box you into anything. So you can select which category your application or project fits into. And also infrastructures where it's currently deployed, it'll obviously be going to Celestia, right? We'll keep going down here. The GitHub repo here, this is where you're going to link your GitHub repo. Project demo URL, this is where you're going to put information like a deck or a white paper, that kind of thing. And then you're going to submit a demo video. So this will be like a working front end, working features, anything that can demonstrate like where the progress is at for your particular project. And down here, this open field for team information, you want to put your individual team members here. Maybe their backgrounds, any important information that you think, for example, judges might want to know, or other people that may be looking to join your team. You can invite your team members here. For example, you can put their email here, and this will send the invite to your team member. So whoever's managing your profile will be handling this as well. Team recruiting, this is kind of here in case like you're looking for team members. You can put down, let's say you need like a design, front end, back end, smart contract, whatever. You can put down here what you're looking for, and it'll kind of let everybody know that you're looking for additional team members. Now down here we have your Twitter, Facebook if you're still on Facebook, Instagram if you got it. So these are just all your socials, and you have your Telegram here as well. And this will be used for contacting you when needed. Discord, WhatsApp, WeChat, all additional information to kind of verify you are who you are. But at a bare minimum, I'd recommend putting your Discord in here. And then we have the agree down here, and then you submit the build. The bidle right there. I guess I didn't I didn't fill it out as I went. We'll just quickly go back. And I'm just going to put in placeholder information here. I'll put in my actual socials. That should let us go through. If it'll let me. Sorry about that. And it won't let me go through without the logo. We'll use a keynote from our upcoming event. Here we go. There we go. Okay, sorry about that. And then we go down to submit the build here. Select whichever profile is the one that you're submitting. And then you're going to select your track, right? So we have the core, community, build whatever, UX tracks here. Make sure you select the right one because that's where you're going to be kind of judged under. And you heard all of the incredible bounties that are going to be available in addition to the prize pool for the individual tracks. You can also submit to the individual bounties to claim here. Last but not least down here, What house are you? This is an open field. This is an open text field. Put down which house you're in. House Puddle Trail all the way. Optimism. And then also include your EVM and Celestia addresses here. I won't tell you what that's for yet, unless Yaz wants to spill it. But also include that here as well. And then we'll submit it. Track. There we go. And your build is officially in. It'll take 24 to 48 hours to get fully processed, and then it'll appear under this biddle section, so everybody can kind of view it, right? And that's kind of it for the submissions. The rest of this is information that Yaz and Nad and everybody already went over. So an overview here, tracks, and this is the breakdown that Yaz was talking about, developer resources. Key dates, we're kicking it off today. So let's get going. And then submission deadline here. Let's get it in early so Yaz can enjoy his birthday. And then all the prize eligibility stuff, submission guidelines, judging criteria, pretty straightforward here. Submission guide, this is what we're going through right now. In case you don't want to rewatch this portion of the video, you can just go ahead and go through this process right here. Then we have the judges. It's an all-star cast of judges. Everybody from Nick from Celestia to other members of their team, and even outside of the ecosystem as well. Tons of people here that you should or you might have seen many times. So do get your builds in, and this is the kind of all-star lineup that you're going to be dealing with here. So make them good. Prizes. This is further breakdown. These are the core prizes, and then the additional prizes on top. And then this is a further breakdown here, right? So just kind of go through here, familiarize yourself with it, figure out which tracks you're going to be jumping into. And if there's any bounties that you want to go after. Remember, it's not just the prize pool provided by the Celestia team. There's also a ton of different bounties available to you by their incredible partners here. So definitely take a look and see what makes sense for you. Workshop schedule. Let's take a look at that here. This will be a full list of all of the workshops that we're having right here. There's tons, like Yaz is doing one on the 3rd, Nick on the 4th. Lots of good workshops here that'll either help you with your build or at least educate you on all these incredible pieces of technology and tooling for you here. So definitely check this out. It's a long list, so I won't go through each individual one, but definitely take a look at that. Hackers, you can see who's registered here, and then these are just we have some ideas here, hackathon ideas, and that's kind of about it. I know that was a bit of stuff to go through, but that should cover it.
All right. Yeah, thanks, Trevor, for going over this. We also have like a more fine, like, prizes breakdown on the website, because the 50K, I think one of the questions, how the 50K pool prize is split for the build whatever track. If you go to, I'm not sure if I can share my screen again. Let me try to share some other screen.
Yeah, you can do it now.
All right, let me double check. All right, let me present, share screen. Okay, I don't know if this is gonna work. All right, so if you go to bazaar.celestia.org under prizes, one of the questions was, how do you break down the 50K prizes? So we have first place, second place, third place prize pool, and then we have special categories. So you can still qualify for first place. And if you have something really exceptional, like the best gaming autonomous world project, the best DeFi project, best NFT, etc., you can still try to hit some of these other price breakdown for to build whatever track, right? The same thing applies for core, UX, and community. Each one has a breakdown, specific breakdowns. Everything also applies for amazing partners. All their bounty information here. And make sure for every track or prize to check out the developer resources. These are actually links, so you can click on them. Somebody asked about the workshop and schedule. So they're definitely going to be on a DoraHacks page. They're going to be here as well. So you can look at all the schedule. After each one we make, we're also going to be uploading the YouTube videos and the presentation, the PDF presentation here, so people can check it out later. So that was one of the questions. I think I hit two questions in one, which is around the 50K full price breakdown and where would the workshop links be, which was also answered. Let me double check if there's more questions. So just to confirm, some people are already wishing me a happy birthday. My birthday is actually at the end of the hackathon on May 17th, not today. But thank you everyone for your wishes. Let me double check if there's any questions. So, all right, one of the questions, are we allowed to make this is on Discord question. Are we allowed to make a project for multiple tracks? Follow up, what if we want to create 2 projects? Is that allowed? So, the way which you have one project, you want to qualify it for multiple tracks, it can only qualify for one of the main tracks. But if it also applies to a specific bounty by one of the partners, that's totally fine. Except the way it works is you'll present the main track. We have our own judging system. You can check out the judges on the website. But if you also, like, let's say you built something with Hyperlane, Polymer, Kurtosis, Conduit, Caldera, whichever one, for a project that was for the main track, you can go to these specific partners, and we'll share more information later about the judging process, but they have their own judging processes that are separate from the main tracks, if that is helpful. And the follow-up, what if we want to create 2 projects? Is that allowed? You can totally create 2 different projects. I would love to see that. But you can do it for 2 projects for 1 track, 1 project for 1 track, 1 for the other track. I'd love to see that. If you can, I mean, it's 45 days, there should be plenty of time for that. Let's see, is there any other questions that come up? Let's see. Are we allowed to hack solo? Absolutely allowed to hack solo. You know, there's a lot of solo builders out there, and we respect that. One person asked, we haven't received any kind of confirmation that we successfully enrolled for the hackathon. So just to clarify, if you made it through the type form that is on the website and you get the Discord link at the end to get you access to the Discord server, you're in it. We got your application. There's no email confirmation. However, just because you're confirmed into the hackathon, you still have to go through the project submission at the end of the hackathon to submit your project, right? So that's where we consider project. We don't consider on the application side, we consider it on the submission side, which is what Trevor talked about with the submission portal for your BIDL. Let's see if there's any more questions on YouTube. Let me. What does total prizes on each project mean? So the total prize is just like the pool. You can think about it as a pool. So we already covered that, but like if you want to take another look, so the total is 50K, but if you add them all up, and I hope my math is correct, but I'm pretty sure my math is right, you should get 50K. The same thing applies for the UX and the core track. And let's see if there's any more question. All right. I don't think there's any more questions, but if
yes, we got one more question, and it's about game apps. They're asking, does it need to be a perfect game? I think I know the answer, but you want to take this?
That's a really great question. Does it need to be a perfect game? I don't know what perfect game is. Even AAA games always mess up their gaming when they release a game. Like, I don't know if you're a gamer. I haven't yet seen, AAA studio come up with a perfect game in a while, right? But it got to be like playable. Like, it doesn't have to be perfect, but it has to be like a game, right? That you can play, right? So perfection, we don't like try not to achieve total perfection, but we want to see something that we can interact with, we can play around with and stuff. So that's a great question. But yeah, it has to be at least playable. I'll give it a few more seconds if anyone has any more questions. 10, I'll give it 10 seconds. Speak not, forever hold your peace. Going once, going twice. All right, I think we could wrap it up here, Trevor.
Yeah. Okay. I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in, and being interested in this incredible opportunity here, with the hackathon. Oh, we have more questions.
There's
well,
developer support, like, who's on it? Developer support, is it available on Discord or any Telegram support group? Developer support, ideally, you have to go through Discord. And to get through Discord, you have to complete the type form. So if you're already in the Discord, you're fine. Some teams might have information about a specific developer Telegram support group. So you can probably find them there, but you have to go through the channel for that specific team to find out information about their Telegram. But mostly everything, especially the community, everything is on Discord. So definitely hop on that Discord after you complete your type form and, get cracking.
Any last questions before we close it up again? They're good questions, though. They're good questions.
Yeah, they're very good questions.
Yeah.
The one about game application have to be a perfect game, that's like a philosophical question, to be honest.
The pursuit of perfection, I suppose.
Yeah.
Playable, though. Otherwise, how do you know, right?
Yeah. How do you know it's a game if it's not
How do you know
playable, right? Yeah.
I think we're all a bit kind of gamers here in this space, but yeah, let's go ahead and wrap it up then. Again, I'd like to thank everybody a second time for tuning in. Definitely go and check out all the information regarding Celestia through their links. Check out DoraHacks.io for the submission portal, and let's see some really cool builds submitted. I think that's about it. Any parting words, Yaz?
Nat and I are very excited about this. Having you guys here. I'll let Nat say a few words after, but get started building, pick a house, represent your house. Look into the community track if you guys haven't. Nat can talk more about that. We're very excited. We have a lot in programming and content up for you guys. We have some special things that we're cooking behind the scenes for the hackathon. Try to get engaged. Thanks, DoraHacks, and to the partners for joining. Nat, any parting words?
Thank you for tuning in, guys, and wish you good luck for building whatever. I really want to see the storytelling of each house. So if you can all participate on kind of building the narrative, that would be amazing. And just including the community track as well. And yeah, let the hacks begin. I'm super excited to see what you guys are gonna build. And make sure that you're having fun and message us with anything you need. We are on Discord, we're on Twitter. So just ping us, and we'll try to help you as much as possible. Just ask us anything.
And it's 45 days, so let's see some cool builds.
We're gonna bond a lot. Get ready.
That's like a month and a half.
Yeah. And then we're celebrating Yaz's birthday. Don't forget about that.
Oh boy. All right. Thank you all, and thank you, Trevor, and take care, everyone.
All right, everybody. Take care.
Bye.
Let's get building.
Bye.
Bye.